What's up guys, Droid here. So today we have on the bench for repair, this is a Paranologies Poltercom, not a Poltercom, it's one of the Polterpods. You guys probably all seen this. They're no longer made, so the customer reached out to me with this one. Recently bought one of my dead bells and was like, I've got one of these devices I want to get fixed because it's not working properly. Now I believe this has been attempted to be repaired at some point because it doesn't look like would be how Jeremy would have built them. As you guys know, Jeremy builds some outstanding equipment, and I don't believe this is how it would have arrived out the box. So I want to make it clear this is not designed to be critical or anything like that. It's just to show you guys what I see and how I'm going to address the problem. Now, it's very rare for me to even see one of these. I believe they were only really sold in the United States. There might have been some that made its way over here to the UK, but I've certainly not seen one in person, so I'm quite thrilled to actually have this on the bench and have a look at it. So yeah, the symptoms of this is it's sweeping and it's getting to a certain point and it's kind of stopping and kind of hanging there, and I already knew the problem before I even had this in my hand. I diagnosed it with a servo issue. Typically with these little servos is, as we can see here, they have plastic gears in here and it's doing this rotation to kind of tune the radio. The radio board is this thing here, this brown board. And as we can see here, it's connected to the tune pot. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. So it's basically connected to that little tune pot here. And we have another pot on the top here. This is to adjust the sweep speed, I believe. I don't think this was a manual tune one because I have kind of had this running and basically just adjusting that made it faster or slower. So I don't think it's a manual tune design on this one. I believe some of Jeremy's equipment was designed to be manual or automatic with a little servo. I'm not 100% sure with this model. If you know, you can correct me in the comments below. So yeah, taking a look in here, it does look like it's had some repairs in the past. As we can see, the little on-off switch is kind of off to the side here, and the board has basically just been put in here. So I think this has had an attempted repair at some point. Maybe something was loose in here, I don't know. But certainly the gear has a missing tooth on here. So basically what's happening is getting to a certain point and it's catching on, obviously there's no tooth there to drive it. So it's having to wait till it comes back around the other way and it catches on again. So the tuning is a little bit off. It's not tuning where it's supposed to be. So we're going to address that and see what we can do with it. Now, I'm not sure if this is how they come or whatever. I'm just showing you guys what I'm seeing. I do believe this has been repaired at some point, and yeah, there's not a real whole lot in here. We have an Arduino board at the bottom. We have the radio board that's just kind of put in here this way. I do believe it did have some kind of hardware in here before, possibly a mode switch here. I believe that would have been probably to switch between AM and FM. We can easily fix that again, no problem. And off to the side here we have a volume, and obviously there's a vacant hole here where probably a little potentiometer was coming through here. So we will fix that as well. So yeah, the customer, we've decided to go down a different route. Instead of using the servo, I'm going to fit one of my own sweep circuits in here so it does away with the servo, and this problem will never happen again. And the radio will still sound exactly the same. You will have more sweep range, and obviously I'll be able to put in here everything back in here a little bit better. Now, one thing to be concerned about here is it does seem to have a broken bracket here. It's kind of broken off. It looks like it's been repaired with some kind of plastic weld. I'm not sure what kind of material that is. So I'll probably reprint a new bracket for in here, because this top piece has a speaker in here. So it is already quite heavy. So this bracket doesn't look like it's going to be beefy enough to kind of support the constant turning and you know, the basically the sheer weight of this. There is a speaker in here, so it is a little bit hefty. So what I might do is do a quad bracket, so there's like a leg that comes here, here, here and here. Definitely there'll be more room in here if I decide to put my own sweep circuit in here. Down the bottom here we have the Arduino, and yeah, I'm going to basically try and clean up as best I can, get it operational. fit my own sweep circuit in. I'm going to let the customer hear it and see what they think. If they like the way it sounds, it's going to be it's not going to sound much different, to be honest. It's just going to have more sweep range because this is limited. Obviously, when it's at the maximum speed, it's still going very slow, and that's just so you don't hear the bzzz, bzzz, you know, the sound of the motor. Obviously, that would burn out the motor much faster as well. So yeah, I'm going to try and fit my own sweep circuit, see how it sounds. I'm not sure how it will sound with this radio, so I'm going to keep everything as stock as possible and just basically hook mine up to see how it sounds before we decide to go any further. So yeah, that's basically the course of action here. See what we can do with it. If not, I'll just replace the servo, probably with a Metal Gear one so it doesn't break again. And yeah, so that's basically in a nutshell, guys. You're basically seeing what I'm seeing for the first time. Privileged to have one of these on the bench. Never thought I'd ever see one anyway, but I'm... yeah, we're going to get this fixed up and back off to the customer at some point. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. I'll show you what we end up doing with it. Obviously, I'm going to be lazy on with the customer to see how they want to proceed. Obviously, this is a very expensive item. We don't want to be... we want to try and keep it as original as possible without, you know, messing with it too much. So yeah, it's just a general repair, guys. And yeah, if you want to see what happens with this, stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye then now.